Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Ertress. Thanks so much for being here. You guys are awesome, like really awesome. So in today's video, I'm going to check my hair porosity level. So I'm going to do 5 different tests, but let me just back up there. Probably some of you wondering like, what are you talking about? And probably some of you might heard the term before and don't know what it means. So I did not know what it means either. So I went and did some research and this is what I came up with. So essentially, hair porosity is about your hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture. The porosity of your hair affects how well oils and moistures pass in and out of the outermost layer of your hair, known as the cuticle. So hair porosity typically divided into 3 broad categories: low, medium, high. So medium porosity is, your hair is fine, it's doing its thing, it's normal, it's all good, like it's flourishing, it's normal. Low porosity, hair products tend to sit on your hair and don't absorb easily. It's hard for water to saturate your hair when washing. It takes long for your hair to dry. High porosity, water and other moisturizing products absorb quickly into your hair. Your hair tends to break easily. Your hair tends to be frizzy and dry, and also it doesn't take much time for your hair to air dry. Okay, so you're probably wondering what causes low and high porosity. Well, how your hair absorb and retain moisture is largely due to genetics. But while genetics can affect your hair porosity, it's not the only contributing factor. Blow drying, straightening, overwashing, using harsh products on your hair over time can damage your hair. So there you have it. I just give you guys, the basic of what hair porosity is, so now I'm going to check my hair porosity level. And, this is the first time I'm going to do the test. So, there are more than one way you can check for your hair porosity level. I'm going to do about 5 different tests. Yeah. So I'm going to do the absorption test, the hair body test, the flow test, and the strand test, and the moisturizing product test. Okay, let's go. So the first test is the absorption test. So basically this test is about how long it takes your hair to fully absorb water. So this is how my hair is looking, all dry and ready to be saturated. So let's go. All right, so if your hair soaks up the water very quickly, that means you have high porosity hair. But if it takes a long time for the water to fully absorb into your hair, that means you have low porosity hair. But if your hair doesn't absorb the water too quickly or take too long to become wet, that means you have normal porosity hair. And from what I'm seeing, guys, my hair is not soaking up the water too quickly and it's not taking too long to get wet either. So from what I'm seeing right here, this test is definitely giving me normal porosity hair. So so normal it is. So moving on to test 2, which is the body and hair test. So if the hair dries first, that means you have high porosity hair. If the hair dries last, that means you have normal or low porosity. You fall into either category if it dries last, and my hair definitely dries last, my body dries first, so I definitely fall into that category. Moving on to test 3, which is the strand test. Okay, so basically for this test, you're going to feel your hair strands from ends upwards. So you're going to take a strand of your hair and place your fingers at the end and run your fingers towards your hair going upwards. So so if your hair strands feel slightly rough, bumpy or uneven, it means your cuticle layer of the hair is open, results in high porosity hair. However, if it feels quite smooth, then it's likely you have either normal or low porosity hair. And basically, to be honest, I'm not feeling rough, I'm not feeling bumpy, I'm not feeling uneven on my end. So yeah, I think it's quite normal, guys. So I would say I have somewhere between low and normal, because I'm not getting rough, I'm not getting bumpy or uneven. So I would say this results is definitely giving me low or normal porosity. So yeah, so moving on to test for the flow test. So you're going to place your hair strands into water. So basically, I'm just taking some room temperature water, pouring it into a glass, and I'm going to take some strands from my hair and place that into the water. And let me just say this, guys, make sure that your hair is clean, no products, no nothing. That way you will get a better results, okay? And I'm going to let this sit for 15 minutes. So if the strand sinks to the bottom, I have high porosity hair. If it floats in the middle, I have normal. If it floats on top, I have low porosity hair. And guys, let me just say this, I did push it down, you know, with my fingers, and it still come back to the top. So I did use my fingers and push it, you know, give it a little push, and after 15 minutes it still stays at the top. So I have low. So moving on to test 5, which is the moisturizing product test. So this test is about applying moisture to see how well your hair absorb it. So if the product sits on top of your hair without fully absorb into your hair strands, that means you have low porosity hair. If it fully absorbs into the hair, but in a short amount of time, it still feels dry, it means you have high porosity hair. And if the products last throughout the day, you have normal porosity hair. And you know, guys, this is something I know about my hair. You know, no matter how I work the product in, you know, you have some products still sits on my hair same way, you know, so I have to work it in, work it in, work it in, work it in. And even with all that work, it's still, some product I could still leave on the top, and after a while it just vanishes away. So I would definitely say I have this test is definitely giving me low porosity hair. So so yeah, so basically the 5 tests I did, you know, the test was giving me between low to normal hair porosity. So yeah, that's my results. So yeah. Okay guys, so there you have it. I mean, hair porosity may not be a term you hear often, but knowing what type of hair porosity you have can help you to better understand how to manage, treat, and care for your hair. And that can lead to hair that's stronger and healthier. And you know, we all want that, right? Yeah, I think if you haven't tried it before, I think you should try it. Yeah, give it a try, because you know, everybody wants good hair, right? And for good and healthy and strong hair, I mean, might as well, you know where your hair stand and can treat it accordingly. So yeah, that's my take on it. So anyways, with that being said, if you're here and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel and you like what you see and you want to see more, all you have to do is go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on post notification bell to be notified whenever I post a video. You'll be the first to know. Until then, walk good, take care, have a blessed day. I'll see you guys on my next upload. Mwah.